sure is cold out here. You're barely wearing anything. Do you want my jacket?
I think I'll survive. I've tolerated much colder conditions than those.
No, it's not a problem. Such a pretty young woman like you deserves the kindness of a man like me.
Wish you would have thought that way years ago.
What do you mean?
Oh, don't mind it.
No, ma'am, please. As far as I know, I don't know you, but we might have met years ago.
Yeah, nearly 5 to be exact.
I just can't remember. I'm sorry, ma'am. Your name?
Liraz, but you wouldn't know me as that.
And what on earth might I know you by, young lady? If your name wouldn't bring anything to my mind.
Does 69157 ring a bell?
But that's not a name. That's a number.
That's exactly what we all thought.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I have no clue what you're talking about.
This blue marking on your elbow shows differently. I know you are my SS guard of my block in Auschwitz from 1942 until liberation. I may have been your slave then, but even then, I had a right mind to me.
Oh, that's my blood type. It was tattooed on me whenever I got to Auschwitz. But now, it's a stray mark of ink stuck in my skin. It settled the score between the Jews and the superiors. It's only but a bad memory now. I worked as an SS. Well, you already knew that. Listen, you don't know what it was like.
I don't know what it was like? No, you're wrong. You don't know what it was like. To be beaten, fed the scraps to superiors whenever they decided to, forced to live in such harsh conditions. You don't know what hard is. You put glass in my soup every night, hoping that it would cut me from the inside out and making me die. You wanted me to die. You wanted nothing but to know that you were doing the work of your Fuhrer. You wanted to throw our lifeless bodies in that I'd call it a grave, but even that would be a blessing. You threw our bodies in trenches and carried our bodies to the crematoriums. That's the most respect you ever gave any of us.
I don't know what to say, but I was only following orders.
That's what they all say. They knew what they were doing, raping, torturing, and murdering our brothers and sisters. Look what you've done to my family. We were huge before the war, and now I'm the only one that survives.
I didn't know what was really going on. I was really out of my own state of mind. It was absolutely horrendous.
You're right, it was. You killed innocent children who had done nothing wrong. Children who had an entire life ahead of them. Thousands of kisses and hugs from parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters. Hundreds of joys and even terrors. You took it all from them and gave them only one gift, if I could even call it that, in return. How could you?
We were only told to kill those who didn't believe in the Nazi regime. For obvious reasons. Those who were homosexual only because they would destroy the master race. Those who were disabled. Those with children. Women who were unable to work. And anyone else who was unable to work. We didn't kill any innocent people. At least in our minds that's what we were being taught. We saw the videos and the home movies of children happy, laughing in the concentration camps.
And you really believed that Hitler would let everybody be happy and wonderful and have this wonderful, great food all the time and still have Sunday prayer? You really thought that?
We were not informed of the real situation before we were deployed.
It wasn't just those people, though, that you killed. You killed millions. Millions! For only trying to help us Jews.
We did not know. I tell you, we did not.
Right. You were only following orders. I understand. I'll leave now.
No. I want to explain my story.
After After 4 years, you didn't give any of us the chance to tell our story. So why should you get the chance?
I shouldn't. But it may help you understand.
Go on.
You see, when I was 15, I was forced to join the Hitler Youth. My mother told me it was just to help our country and to better purify our well-being. I wasn't 18 when I was forced to sign on conscription. Whenever I was 19, I joined the Nazi Party. I was forced to. Then I started a family. I was finally happy with everything. In 1939, I was 23. And that's when the camps first started. I wasn't appointed as SS until 1942, when I was sent to Auschwitz. I didn't know what it would be like.
You couldn't have asked? How hard was that?
And risk losing my job? No. That was my only source of money. I had a family back home. I needed to support them. I had no choice. And that's what no one understands.
I do understand. Before Auschwitz, before the ghettos, I had a job. So did my husband. We had an amazing family, 2 brand new baby boys, and a little girl. We had a home. And when I was sent to Auschwitz, all of that was taken. I didn't have a choice either, but it still didn't make any of it right.
I know what you suffered.
Typhus, typhoid, tuberculosis, cruel experimentation, lice, sleeping in your own stool, punctured eardrums. You know what that was like? Well, then I'm sorry, sir, but I've misjudged you.
No, not exactly that. But I do know what being there was like. Believe whether you want to or not. But I have a heart. I did have a God. And I didn't like what I was doing.
You know what being there was like? You got the luxury of having food every night and even whenever you wanted. You got the luxury of going to the bathroom in your own separate toilet. You got the luxury of showering every day. None of us had that. We ate whenever you decided to feed us. And that wasn't that often. We fed off of everybody else's scraps. Mothers had to give to their children who were still alive. You know what that was like? I'm sure. If you had a heart, you wouldn't have killed my family.
Please stop dwelling. Dead people are dead forever.
How dare you? I loved my family. If I were to come into your home, take away your children, your wife, your mother, your father, how would you feel about that? You'd be terrified.
Yes, but I didn't do it out of hatred. I did it out of order. I was forced to. Please, ma'am, allow me to finish my story.
I've listened to and taken your orders for more than 6 years. 10 more minutes shouldn't hurt.
6 years? No, you were only in the camp for 3.
You think I knew you because of the way you smelled? I've memorized the stern look on your faces, the evil in your eyes, and the sound of your voices since the day I met all of you. Not by choice, but by force.
I have a heart, and I might just prove it.
Go on.
One day in the camp, I was walking, and I heard a baby. It was crying. And then I saw it wrapped in rags, laying on the ramp. Mother must have dropped it, knowing that if she would have kept it, she would have been sent to the gas chambers immediately. The cry must have bothered another SS who came, picked it up by its legs, smashed its head against the iron side of a truck until it was silent. I could have wept, but I had to hold the tears back or I would have lost my job. I would have been killed too.
Maybe everyone does have some kind of good in them, but I can't completely forgive.
My dreams are burdened with the screams and of the bodies and the crematoriums and from the gas chambers. I knew what we were doing, but it became routine. I'm living with an immense amount of guilt. I have the story of a man attempting to overcome a past so dark it can never, ever end.
So why do you keep trying to overcome it?
Because what the Jewish people endured was so much more than that. So much more than I can ever imagine. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish I could say more than that.
I really do forgive you. God taught me that. Not everybody has good, but I'd like to believe that. Believe I do have some God inside of me.
Thank you. Thank you.
My train is here. I must go. I'm sorry for how awful extremely awful I've been.
No, it was my dreadful acts that caused you to be this way.
Forgiveness is the key to heart.
Thank you, man.